This is WYMT Mountain Sports, your home for the Kentucky Wildcats and local high school sports.
Johnson Central is the only girls basketball team that remains undefeated in the 15th region. WYMT's Mackenzie Freeman has more in this edition of the Don Franklin Athlete of the Week.
Johnson Central sophomore guard Carly Stanley had a stellar performance in the Golden Eagles' 50-35 win against Martin County, leading the team with 25 points and going 4 of 7 beyond the arc. However, she says it was a full team effort.
I'm very confident, but I definitely couldn't have done it without my other teammates. So, everybody did their job, and I had 25 points because, everybody did their job, so.
In Johnson Central's first 15 games of the season, Stanley has recorded double figures in 14 games, including 5 games with 20 or more points and one 31-point outing against Franklin Simpson.
With Carly, she brings a level of toughness that a lot of kids don't have. It's something that, you don't just wake up with, and, it's something that I think that starts at home, and it carries over, and she's a real tough kid.
Head coach Jim Hicks credits the sophomore's work ethic to her performances on the court.
She's willing to get better and work and put the work in. I cannot, in 3 years, I don't know if I've ever remember missing a day of practice, and I think that's important, and coming to work every day, and so she's going to continue to get better.
While this season has been full of ups and downs for the Lady Eagles, Stanley says the team is coming around.
We're a young team, and everything this year we've definitely took and learned from it. So everyone's just doing so much better and doing their job, and very proud.
The bar remains high for the sophomore as she aims to make back-to-back trips to Lexington.
We definitely want to go back to Rupp, and I just want, to have fun and make the most of these last 2 years that I have.
Stanley followed her performance against Martin County, scored 20 points in the Golden Eagles' 57-44 win against Pikeville. On Tuesday night, Johnson Central returns to action this Friday, taking on Paintsville in the WYMT ARH Game of the Week at 6 p.m. Mark Pope's bunch returns to the hardwood tonight inside Rupp Arena. The Cats come into this one winners in 6 out of their last 7 contests. The exception, of course, was the blowout loss at Vanderbilt last Tuesday. Their opponent, the Oklahoma Sooners, come to town on an 8-game losing streak. The lone SEC win for Porter Moser's crew came against Ole Miss on January 3rd, despite OU having an 11-11 record overall and being last in the conference. Guard Colin Chandler says they have to be ready to bring it.
Their record doesn't reflect how good they are in the league. They've had a bunch of close games with a bunch of good teams, and so they obviously can compete. It's just, I think, a tough stretch that they're on. So we have to come ready with fight and with be ready to have street fight with them.
Kentucky and Oklahoma go toe-to-toe in Lexington tonight. It's a late tip-off. It's set for 9 p.m. on ESPN2. That is sports. More news coming up after this break.
At Pikeville